All right, we're back. We're doing another CCH 360 roundtable talk, and today's the talk. The talk is about overall wellness and what wellness means to us, or what it looks like in our life. And it was brought to our attention that we have not really formally introduced ourselves. So I'm going to start, since I'm already talking, and introduce myself. My name is Aaron Nobles. I am a personal development coach, and I kind of focus on helping people identify their mental blockages and help them overcome their mental blockages. I do so much more, but just to sum it up, that's what I do. And again, my name is Aaron Nobles, and I'm going to pass it to my right, which is Pam.
You're right, my left. Okay, my name is Pam Dai, and to sum it up, I'm just a Tai Chi and Qigong practitioner and teacher. I've been teaching for, I guess a little over 10 years, and focus on Tai Chi and Qigong for wellness. And I'm going to pass it on to Dan, who's below me.
Well, thank you. My name is Dan Tracy, and I am a Tai Chi teacher and instructor. Been doing Tai Chi for probably 7 years plus, and I started Tai Chi because of a lower back situation, and found out that I liked it very much. I am with Martial Arts in Motion, and I am in Wisconsin. So who would be next then? Probably Sifu.
Right back at you. How's everybody doing? My name is Seafood Lester Holmes, and I am the founder of Tai Chi 360, another Tai Chi teacher here as well. I also teach meditation and Qigong, and I teach Tai Chi for health and also for combat. Look forward to getting to know more about you as well as we continue to grow our family. Welcome to CCH.
All right, and for everybody who doesn't know, Sifu Lester is actually the one who brought all of us together to start to found and create CCH 360. So we thank him so much for putting this together and helping us bond. It was so many more people here. That is a little bit off topic, but we are the remaining people, and we saw what this can be, and we're building and hopefully going to branch out in the future to touch and reach as many people as possible. But again, today the topic is on health and wellness in general. And again, since I'm already talking, I'm gonna start on wellness for me, because I was also in combat sports as well as football and basketball and things like that. And a lot of people focus on the physical wellness and physical body and how they eat and things like that. And what you put in your body does matter. But I think that a lot of people neglect the mental side of it. A lot of people neglect mental wellness or that aspect of it. So I kind of focus more on that, especially for me, because if your mentality isn't in alignment with your body, then things are going to be off whack. You can have the nicest body in the world. You can eat vegan, or you can eat however you want to eat, vegetarian or eat meat, and work out and run all day long. But if your mind isn't in sync with your body, then everything else will basically fall apart. You could be a nice looking person on the outside, but if your insides are all messed up as far as your mentality, then things just don't work as well as they could.
Right. They say we are what we eat.
Yeah, and what we consume, a lot of people talk about eating, but consumption also comes through the mind. And we are visual creatures. We see a lot, and that gets stored in our subconscious. And if you don't clean out your subconscious on a daily basis, then you're just building up a lot of things back there that can taint the way that you think, the way that you create thoughts in your mind, and that will affect your body as well, because what your mind believes, it also permeates through your body. So if you believe that you're sick up here, then your body will just react to your thoughts, especially if they're reoccurring constant thoughts.
Mhm.
So who's next on wellness?
And then I'll
Okay.
follow.
Well, it come to my attention that I have been in martial arts for many years, and after a belt test that I worked and stressed for, that my back wasn't getting any stronger with a disc bulge. So it was recommended to me that I actually look into Tai Chi, and which I did at a local hospital. There was a Tai Chi class going on, and I got to know the teacher, both as a martial arts teacher and as a Tai Chi teacher, um, and really fell in love with the activity. Um, as far as health and wellness, it gives you a chance to breathe properly. It gives you a chance to actually move back and forth, your body in motion. And, we do too much sitting and we do too much stationary activities as we get older.
Mhm.
So you need to take and make an opportunity for yourself to actually get up and move. What you don't use, you lose. And that's definitely part of the body and part of the mind. So feeding the mind and feeding the body with some type of good activity, um, I found Tai Chi to be that activity, and I've been able to get back into martial arts and continue with that, which I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do. So, stress management, anxiety management, it can all be uh, balanced better if you are doing something that you are mindful about. And so three things: being mindful, being active, and being interested. So I'll take that to whoever's going to take it next.
All right. Well, it seems like the common theme here, as we can already see, is wellness has the physical as well as the mental. Those are the two primary things, and there's also spiritual wellness as well. But for me, you can't really have a well body without having all of those things in alignment, in balance. And with that being said, none of us are really completely in balance in all of those areas. So we should all strive for ways every single day just to bring wellness into our daily life. And it doesn't have to be through Tai Chi or martial arts. It can be through just taking some time to yourself and just sitting in quietness out in nature, listening to the birds chirp. Just tuning back in. Even if you live in a busy city, a concrete jungle, for say, do your best to go out to a park sometime. The air might not be the best or the highest quality, but we want to learn how to find peace in our own environments, wherever we are, to make the best of that. So to me, that will be bringing true wellness into every part of your being, even into your job. How do you have wellness with the relationship that you have at work? You want to have a positive approach to going to work. If you hate going to work, your body is creating certain hormones just off of that thought alone of hating going to work. So don't think about that. Think about how grateful you are to have a job that's going to provide for you so that you no longer have to have that job. Maybe you can push past that job. So that's another form of wellness that most people may not even consider being wellness, wellness within all relationships. So you can go right ahead.
Right, right. Well, you hit it right on the nose. You said that we all have that common theme of mental and physical and spiritual too, which I tend to agree. I've always looked at it as a holistic approach, using nutrition and diet, exercise. How do you handle your everyday routine, so to speak, like you said, finding peace or just being out in nature is one of those ways. Um, and I think that, diet, having that holistic approach helps you become a more peaceful person, so to speak. Um, you know, and how you approach certain things. For example, last week I was battling a stuffy nose, a cold, so to speak, something I never get. And for me, you know, I do not go and open up the medicine cabinet and find the first Tylenol or cold medicine that's available. I look at ginger and I look at all the roots that are out there and I try to battle it that way. A lot of people, their answer is the quick fix. Okay. But to me, what you put in your body is important to keep you in that wellness state all the time.
If I could, I would like to say one word is wellness, and that is simply nature.
Yeah.
Because if anything is out of balance with nature, it's simply going to deteriorate at one point in time. Because nature doesn't depend on us. Well, we depend on nature. You know, if we're not here, the earth will eventually take back over. All these buildings will collapse. Everything will be gone. It'll be overtaken by green or whatever it may be, and the earth will live on. So we must be in tune with nature, because if not, that means we have conflict within ourselves or conflict with others. It's the same thing, you know. So nature, it's all about nature.
Interesting. I mean, because you know, this whole climate change thing, it bothers me because people are not paying attention. I mean, it's a big problem, and you feel like, oh, my little bit of, you know, recycling, that's not going to help, but it does, and it affects everyone. Look at the weather. It's affecting everyone, and it can affect you up here too.
Right. Planetary wellness. How about that? How about that?
That's another aspect of wellness.
Yeah, wellness of the earth itself.
Mother Earth. We've got to take care of Mother Earth.
That's so true. And that's all through the lifestyle that we practice in our arts as well. You know, being kind to ourselves, being kind to others.
Being kind to yourself, yeah.
Finding balance in your life. You need that. You got to stay away from the extremes.
That's true.
And come back to finding balance. And that's not easy thing to do, but if you can quiet your mind and quiet your body, it's a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think one thing that we didn't touch on was emotional wellness. And I think that's something that I think a lot of children lack these days because they don't know how to express themselves. And, you know, we tell boys you're not allowed to cry and you can't express yourself this way, you have to do it this way. And we tell girls they have to express themselves in a certain way, and they're not able to express the full range of emotions that we're born with. And then as adults, we try to relearn how to emotionally express ourselves. So emotional wellness, some people call it like emotional intelligence or emotional literacy, is something that if you know it, you should be teaching the younger generations or even, you know, the people in your generation, however old you may be, about it, because a lot of people don't understand it and they may take it the wrong way. And that just leads to more imbalances. Like you said, we're never in balance. At one point in time, you may feel like you're in balance, or if you are in balance, it's always something that's going to, you know, knock you off balance just a little bit. And once one thing moves out of balance, other things have the potential to do the same. So just being balanced through all things, you know, emotional, spiritual, mental, physical. So it's like an ongoing process. It's not like a end all be all. You know, I could do 100 push-ups and I could meditate for an hour and do Tai Chi. And I know what it's like to be angry and get over the anger. And like, that's the end of it, you know, because one day you may not, and, you know, you off balance. So it's an ongoing process.
That's part of being human, right?
Yeah, the human experience.
I just wonder if people like the Buddhist monks, if they consider themselves fully balanced, with their type of lifestyle.
I think they're probably closer than most people, but I think, like Aaron says, you find a balance line and it moves. So
Mm,
you have to be able to take and chase it a little bit.
yeah.
And if there's an unwritten law in the world that if there's a void, something will fill it. So
Mhm.
if you're off balance one direction, you're leaving a void to be filled by something you may not want.
Ah, okay.
I'm not too well versed on the whole lifestyle of a Buddhist monk, but if they're in a secluded area, then you kind of create the environment that you want to have. So it's just like when you go into your house, you create the environment, the ambiance of your household. But once you leave outside of that, you can't control what happens outside of your house. So if Buddhist monks stay in a certain area, they kind of create their own peace or balance in that area.
Hmm.
And if you don't move outside of that, you can't really say that you are in perfect alignment because I guess that's the whole purpose of being in the world, but not of the world. You're not being with everybody else, the rest of society and the rest of what everybody else is into. But for us, our monastery or our peaceful places, maybe our meditation room or our office or something like that inside of our house. But for us, we have to go outside. We have to go out into the world.
Right.
So I mean, if you create that energy around you, then you'll be in alignment as you walk. But it's always going to be something there to knock you out of alignment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Maybe it's fortunate, maybe it's unfortunate, because that's the life experience. That's fully experiencing what life has to offer.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Everybody wants perfection and nothing to go wrong, but you know, most of the people that have that are the most unhappiest, and it shows at the worst times, like when movie stars or commit suicide, or like musicians commit suicide, because on the outside it looks like they're millionaires, they have all the luxury, but they're not really happy on the inside. They don't have that balance. They just have one aspect of it, which might be the money aspect. But when you lack in other places, you have to be able to fix it and fill those voids, like Dan said, before it gets filled with something else.
Right. Now, I always wonder, why, what it takes for someone to be pushed over the edge that far, for them to jump in front of a train or to
Hmm.
hang themselves or to put a bullet in their head. I mean, to me, it's just like, I just don't understand. But to them, it seems to be the answer. That's the answer for them. And
We just had just last night, police officer up the street here, he committed suicide, young man.
a police officer.
Yeah, they had helicopters flying all around here and stuff. I'm wondering what's going on. And I just read the story today. My wife showed it to me. Yeah, some police officer, off-duty police officer, he committed suicide. A young man. And people are really going through some emotional crisis right now. It's really stressful. They don't have a stress relief system.
Right.
They don't know that these systems exist. So that's why I tell people these are the best times right now for us to be able to share these things with people,
Hmm.
because it's a high demand.
Right. Well,
They
during
just
the
don't know it. They don't know about
during the
it. A high need.
pandemic, yeah, during the pandemic, you had a lot of people going through a lot of emotional imbalances. Because we were in such close quarters and not able to move out and get out. Well, they had the ability to get out, but we were so limited. People were just not thinking. We're boxed in. When in essence, all you could do is you could just open the door and walk to your backyard. Okay,
That's it.
that could be an
Mhm.
escape.
That could be it right there.
But people were just feeling so closed in, and they just let that get to them, and
A
it
lot of that
really,
comes from right back to what Aaron started out with, right
the
here,
mental,
right here.
and it's still like that now. We're still in that
Still like that.
pandemic frame of mind, and it hasn't gone away, and people still don't know how to handle it.
I have a friend, she does autopsies, and she says that they're at an all-time high right now in regards to receiving calls to go out and do autopsies for people who have overdosed. They just went too far, and with recreational drugs, trying to drown out these so-called issues during these times. So it's pretty sad to hear that that's happening right now. All-time high.
Right.
Maybe the next discussion, we could explore a few ways to help bring balance back to your mental capacity.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because it's not hard to do, but there are proper techniques that could work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So something to look forward to for the next discussion.
Sure.
Great idea.
Yeah, so talking about how things are imbalanced, or talk about what wellness looks like to us, and then the next discussion we will definitely talk about how to bring some of those things back into alignment, with the note or notation that it's an ongoing battle. You're going to be able to get back into alignment, but you have to do certain things each and every day just to keep yourself in alignment. Once you get there, it's not the end all be all. So just want to make everybody aware that once we talk about it, and I'm sure that we'll bring it back up in the discussion, once we talk about it, these are things that you can do on a daily basis to keep yourself in alignment, but knowing that you will sometimes get knocked off alignment. And that would be the best thing to know, that sometimes you will get knocked out of alignment, and then you just get to do the work all over again and have the satisfaction of putting yourself back in alignment. But
gotta go backwards to go forward.
Yeah, like a bow and arrow. You gotta pull yourself back to go forward.
Exactly.
But we want to thank everybody for listening, and we would appreciate it if you comment or like, subscribe, and let everybody know that we're giving out good tips on wellness and stress relief. And if you have any questions or comments, put it in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like to come on the show, or if you would like us to talk about anything in particular. Please let us know, and we will definitely get back to you guys as soon as possible.